and welcome to simplerstocks.com. My name is Don Kaufman. In this kind of weekend edition here of our simplerstocks.com video, I'm going to recap a couple of the trades that I've done over the last approximately 2 weeks, and just a quick look at the week kind of behind us over here. Kind of a shortened week because of the Memorial Day holiday. Here we are. The indices, and SPX specifically, had themselves a little bit of a down week over here. We actually started the week in the neighborhood of the 2125 level, closed the week just north of 2100 at about 2105 and change over here. So again, indices kind of backing off in the neighborhood, of about 20 S&P points. Now, what's interesting about that, of course, is, last week, specifically over the weekend, I always talk about the expected move. The expected move was sitting right around $21. Okay, for the 4-day week that we had. How far did we move? We moved about $21. Now, what I'm looking at on the screen in the here and now is next week. The expected move, it's a lot higher. Okay, yes, we have a 5-day week coming ahead of us. All right, obviously Monday through Friday next week. It's not shortened because of the holiday, but we're looking at a $32 expected move. That is actually quite a bit higher than the previous week. Why? There is an employment situation coming out next Friday. Be aware of it. Now, let's recap a few of the trades that we've done, inside of the last 2 weeks. First thing that I want to take a look at is the EEM. I had discussed how I saw the EEM starting to kind of break to the downside. And sure enough, there's been some follow-through on the EEM. We actually talked about it right back here at 42.66. I discussed both getting short the stock, and I discussed the idea of a specific options trade. In this particular case, again, EEM trading 42, approximately half, is actually broken down to 41 in change. So EEM working out very, very nicely for us. Okay, let's go to a little bit more of a difficult read in the markets. Tesla. Okay, I actually looked at a bearish position in Tesla. Imagine that, me, a bear. Looked at a little bit of a bearish position in Tesla. Now, Tesla's been a tough read. This has not been a win. It hasn't really been a loss. Okay, we actually took a look at Tesla and the idea of Tesla rolling over from approximately that 250 level. Ooh, well, ironically, neither win nor loss over here. We're pretty much about $1 underwater. I like to point out the wins. I like to point out the losses here. We're about $1 underwater. In the world of Tesla, with the type of volatility that you're seeing inside of Tesla, that's not that bad. If you're going to be down in Tesla, be down $1. All right, so there's a little bit about Tesla. The next one I feel pretty strongly about, the bonds. We're going to look specifically to TLT. TLT. I've actually been bullish in TLT, and I got bullish in TLT right in the neighborhood. Okay, right in the neighborhood of the 119 handle. The 119 handle, I got bullish in TLT. You guys remember, this was a trade just done earlier, and here we are actually taking off to the upside all the way up to the 122.71 level in there. Again, I talked about doing what? Either trading the stocks or trading the options. Some of the trades that I've done here were done specific to this free video, as well as, of course, our simplerstocks.com premium video. So there's looking a little bit at TLT. Next on the list, let's go over here to XLF. What is XLF? It is the financials. The financials now trading at 24.60, 24.60. I've actually been bearish in the financials. Sure enough, I talked about the 25 level. I was very, very specific about the 25 level. Why? Once, twice, 3 times. The old triple top. We actually hit it. We saw the resistance on it. And again, to be very, very specific, on the day I actually saw the resistance is right here on 519. I actually talked about the resistance. The very next day we actually sold off. Now, is it a winner? Yeah, sure. But the XLF doesn't move a whole lot. So we're from the 25 level down to the 24.60 level. Nevertheless, the financials kind of leading us a little bit lower over here. Continuing on over here, one that's not necessarily on the most bullish of the sides over here happens to be Twitter. Now, I actually initiated a bearish position on Twitter. Again, I initiated a bearish position on Twitter. I'm going to go specifically over to my monitor tab over here. On the Twitter trade, the irony is I'm up, okay, and then I'm down. All right, this particular trade, in terms of me executing it and so forth, I'm down about 4%. I actually did execute option trades specific to Twitter. Again, this to me appeared to be Twitter breaking down. I initiated the trade, and again, I want to be very, very specific about it. I initiated the trade yesterday. Okay, initiated the trade yesterday. Yesterday, the market actually popped. It gave me the opportunity to get bearish. Okay, inside of Twitter. Twitter, good size down day. Now, again, thus far, we're 2 days into the trade over here. Slightly against me, but again, Twitter with its slightly lower implied volatility, some of the lowest implied volatility we've seen in the last 52 weeks. Again, I expect it to kind of break down here inside of the next week of trade, so I've kind of put a little bit of money where my mouth is on that one. This is one, it's an oldie but a goodie. Let's actually take a quick glance over at Microsoft. Bearish in Microsoft. It has actually been a rather successful trade. The Microsoft trade, though, I have been in has been a considerable amount of time. In the options trade, it's up, again, about 44%. These are executable trades. They are on right now. P&L, a little additional P&L. The initiation of this trade was back on 5/13. That's May 13th is when I initiated the trade. Okay, so we're actually going a little bit back in time. Microsoft has backed off just a bit over there. Okay, to kind of continue forward over here. Yeah, we got a nice long list of stocks that we've talked about over the last few weeks. Let's take a look at Costco. I've actually been looking for a bearish position in Costco. Once again, I have initiated a position in Costco. To be quite frank, I've been short Costco stock for quite some considerable time, but I've also done a number of option trades in addition to that. All right, I drew the line in the sand, and I expected Costco to come back to the line in the sand. The line in the sand, here we are. That line, okay, again, to take a look specifically at it, at about 143.5. Okay, Costco today breaking below that level. All right, listen, where's their support on Costco? You know, you're going to start talking about the 138 level over here. This is choppy at best. Costco could see some significant downside opportunities if it continues below, and we're right there, line in the sand, about 142. Thus far, though, we've had a nice trade in Costco, and one trade that's kind of going against me over here a little bit is my USO position. I am bearish in USO. I've seen USO kind of rolling over here. This particular trade, the P&L, still up on the trade. It's actually relatively even. The initiation of the trade was on May 18th. Okay, so on May 18th was I initiated the bearish trade. Moving forward in here, again, it's been very, very chop trade in here. So here's our May 18th trade. We're up, albeit very, very slightly inside of the USO trade. However, I did initiate an options trade. I've got 7 days left. Okay, 14 days left on my options trade. Where do I need us below on that options trade? I specific to maximize profitability, need us below 1950. Nevertheless, if you're just short and outright short the USO, trade's actually working for you. With that, again, stay tuned here to simplerstocks.com. My name is Don Kaufman. On a week-to-week basis, I'll actually talk about trades right here in our free day-to-day newsletter as well as our premium newsletter. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good trading week. Bye-bye.